What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Electric Callboy. Yes, indeed, Electric Callboy fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Animal Soul, and this is actually Animal Soul's prioritized request for the month of July for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Animal Soul. Hope you enjoy the show. Animal Soul wanted to see me react to this. It is Electric Callboy with a tune called Tekkno Train. Tekkno Train. That sounds like it could possibly be Crazy Train's long-distance cousin or something. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Electric Callboy, no surprise there, and the video has 965,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Electric Callboy, Tekkno live in Europe full show. Yes, this is a full show. I was told by Animal Soul to start at zeros across the board, so we're at the very beginning, and I'm supposed to stop at 501. So we'll see how I am today. So far, I'm batting 1,000. So the last video I did, I was able to stop right on time. Hopefully, I can go 2 for 2 here. All right. Let's do this!
All right, boy, let's do this!
'23 tour, okay.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Electric Callboy welcomes you on board and wishes you a pleasant ride. We're almost ready for takeoff and expected to party hard in less than a minute. So please make sure that your best dance moves are available at all times. We're currently testing the energy of the crowd, so please put your hands up. And now clap. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clapping test successful.
I gotta say, the production, this whole intro, this whole show intro, it's good. It's really good. The theme, it's thematic. I'm not sure, the name of the song is Techno Train. So, I mean, she could be a conductor on a train, or maybe a flight attendant. I'm not 100% sure, but I like that. It's all, and everything that's being said is, following along with that theme, the presentation, already getting the crowd involved. There's nothing boring here. There's absolutely nothing boring here. It's all building up that anticipation. So I gotta say that the production so far is on point. So good for them. Let's keep going here.
Now it's time for Tekkno in 3, 2, 1. And please note, standing still is strictly prohibited for the duration of the show.
Setting expectation. Good. Pre-framing.
Callboy are ready to enter the stage now.
Z pattern.
Take a ride on the Techno Train ride. No, take a seat. Open up with a pounding bass deep inside ya. Shaky, shaky, sweaty, sweaty. You make my spaghetti ready. Heat up the sauce. It's a dinner for one. You're gonna want all dark. You're surrounding your car. From the world, where the nature is bright. Now when it's getting much light, I'll just keep the blame. 'Cause I need you to stay on my there is a up above, you really can't stop the heat. I got lipstick on my feet, licking, licking, sucking, sucking. Yeah, you make my lollipop and candy. Go get your dinner for what? You're back on your butt. If I was tonight, 'cause it's late at night. Where the beats all be dry, and where the feast is over, let's see us again. Next week, same time, all these things, no time. There is a higher that you need to explore. It's the sound of the rail that you're loving the thought. We're riding out through the belly of love. All you got is what, all you got is what. There is a higher world that you need to explore. It's the sound of the rail that you're loving the thought. We're riding out through the belly of love. All you got is what, all you got is what I want.
I have mixed feelings about the music. I have mixed feelings about the song. But I gotta say, they're hitting on all cylinders when it comes to the live performance. They're checking off all the boxes. And they're not just checking it off once and saying, oh, that's it. No, they're checking off the box, and then like 10 seconds later, 15 seconds later, they're coming back and they're resharpening the saw. So when it comes to the live show, the live presentation, I have zero complaints. Zero. Nothing but compliments for their live show. The song, another story, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Let's keep going. Let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review.
Let's go, come on! I'm gonna take the joy now! That takes over! This is the shame, but I really need your phone now! That takes over! There you go! We're riding on the Techno Train! We're riding on the floor! There is a hell in the world that you need to explore. It's the
501. There we are. All right. Got some things I want to talk about for sure. Got some things I want to say for sure. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Electric Callboy with a live performance of a tune called Tekkno Train. This was a request from Animal Soul, and this was actually Animal Soul's prioritized request for the month of July for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Animal Soul. Hope you enjoyed the show. Okay. Should I give the score or should I make the points I want to make first? Let's make the points first. Okay. I remember when I first did a reaction to these guys, and I was very confused. And I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of them. And I think I made that pretty clear. I wasn't... I even said this, though. While I may not be the biggest fan right now, the jury is still out. Time will tell. The more I've listened to their music, the more I've been exposed to the music, the more I go on this roller coaster, some up, some down. And I do remember I made the comment a couple of times, I won't really know whether I like these cats until I see them perform live. I won't be able to really make any type of an assessment of whether and truly I really like these guys or if I absolutely can't stand them until I see them put on a live show and see them play the songs and their music in a live setting, because I wanted to see how they were going to do it. Are they going to be just two guys coming out and doing vocals to backing tracks? Are they going to have a live band? What's the deal? What are we going to see here? And I gotta say, after seeing their live performance and seeing what their live performance entails, I gotta say, my respect for them has gone up. Now, I'm not saying I'm a fan. I'm not saying that yet. What I am saying is my level of respect for them as a live act and as musicians has gone up. Main reason, number one, I'm seeing them actually performing with actual instruments. It's not track usage. It's not all digital. There's real instruments being utilized. That's a big plus in my book. It really is. It's a huge plus. So I definitely have a lot more respect for them. I without any doubt or any question. Okay. Now, having said that, what did I think of this performance? Well, taking everything into account, the live performance and the song itself, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.1. What does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great scale rating because overall, I think this was a great presentation. It would also give 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.1, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay. As far as the songwriting goes, the riff, it's a little one-dimensional. Let's be honest. It doesn't really change a whole lot. It follows that Z pattern, that we see a lot of bands utilize. Root down to the minor 6, up to the minor 3rd, down to the minor 7, creating that Z pattern. That's why I call it the Z pattern riff. And it's I hate to say stereotypical, but it kind of is. You hear a lot of bands utilize this chordal progression, but here's the thing. Those same bands have also had a lot of success utilizing that chordal progression. It's a catchy chordal progression. It is. It a lot of times it creates the hook of the song. And I gotta say the same thing happened here. It's the hook. It absolutely is. It works really well. It's the only thing they really did as far as the chordal progression goes, but that's okay. Listen, okay, let me put it to you this way. Would you rather have a one-trick pony or a no-trick pony? Which would you rather have? I'll take the one trick pony every day of the week. Thank you very much. They did play around with feel quite a bit. Don't think I didn't notice that. Switching between the straight time and the half time. And when they would switch to their respective feels, their approach to their playing would change dramatically. When they went to the halftime feel, they got super heavy with their playing and with their subdivision work. When they went back to the straight time, it got a little more poppy feeling. It got a little lighter feeling, a little more straight ahead in the playing. So they would adjust their playing style to the feel. And I think that's very intelligent. It's a good move. It's a smart move. As far as instrumentation goes, I didn't hear anything that stuck out like a sore thumb. I mean, what they were playing really wasn't that difficult from a chordal progression standpoint, from a notation standpoint. The subdivision work that at times got a little tricky. That was nice to hear. Throwing in those triplets and those sextuplets in there, that was nice. The 16th note pattern was nice too. But but as far as actual notation goes and chordal progression goes, very easy to follow. Okay, but still fun, still good to listen to. I would honestly give this song. I would give the song about a 7.4, 7.5, somewhere in there. But I'm giving this an 8.1. What happened there? Well, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you already know what the answer is going to be. So say it with me, kids.
Sing it out one time.
A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. And their live show absolutely helped, without question. I wasn't sure what to expect from a live performance. I wasn't sure if these guys, number one, I wasn't sure if there was going to be anything other than the two of them, coming out on stage and, singing along with complete vocal tracks. So seeing an entire band out there, for starters, that was a really nice surprise. I wasn't sure if these guys were going to depend on production to put on their live show or if they were going to bring the show themselves. Glad to see that it was a little bit of both. They did both. They had production without question, but they also brought the energy and the showmanship themselves, which I was thrilled to see. I'll be honest with you folks, I wasn't expecting that. So I made the comment a long time ago, I won't really know how I feel about these guys until I see them perform live. Well, now I have a much clearer understanding of the type of musicians and the type of performers that they actually are. And I can tell these are guys that actually care about their live performance. And it shows, because let's go down the checklist and you'll see how many boxes they checked off. Stage presence, check, absolutely. They look like performers. They act like performers. There's no doubt that they are performers. They're not stage hands. Stage energy, check. Constant stage energy throughout the entire show. Not just being done by one guy, being done by every single person on the stage. Everybody is putting out energy. So thank you very much for that. Stage interaction. Yes, check. A number of times, not just one little isolated thing. No, I saw stage interaction through several of the members several times throughout the performance. So that gets a big check. Crowd interaction, check. In two different ways. Crowd interaction being done by the performers themselves. And don't get me wrong, that's important to me. It absolutely is. But they also utilize stage interaction. Not stage interaction. They utilize crowd interaction with their production. That entire introduction was meant to pre-frame and set expectation of the crowd. This is what we're expecting from you, and this is what you can expect from us. That was really, really smart. You don't see production do that very often, so gotta give them credit for that. So yeah, crowd interaction absolutely gets a check. Showmanship, check. Yes, they put on a great visual show, both themselves and through their production. Last one would be production itself. Now, obviously, it gets a check. It gets a big check. Is production the most important thing here? I'm going to be honest, I wasn't sure if these guys were going to be a production-based band. I wasn't 100% sure. I'm glad to see they're not a production-based band. They bring the show themselves. They don't need the production. but the production they did bring out for this live performance was great. I mean, it did everything that you would want to see in a production-based show. We had the light, we had the cryo, we had the sparklers, we had the whole, we had the video screen, we had the whole bit, plus that entire intro. Very well done. So this is how we're getting from a, like I said, I would give the song itself 7.4, 7.5, somewhere in there. This is how we're getting all the way up to an 8.1, is because of that live presentation. I'm glad to see that they do it themselves. I'm glad to see that they have a live band. I'm glad to see that they utilize production, yes, but they don't rely on it. So yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised. And believe it or not, I gotta say, I'm looking forward to seeing more of these guys live. So yeah, 8.1, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.1, which is a great skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.